Yes, YouTube, hope that you're good. It's Ben Hawksworth at The Coach Consultant, and today I'm going to be talking about a really important topic, and that is why you are not retaining clients. Yes, I know that in this day and age now, when you'll see me do so many videos on content acquisition and sales, for example, but in reality, the best money that you can keep inside your business is going to be happy clients who continue to pay you for a sustained period of time. They are going to be the people who will more than likely refer your services, so you're going to get more sales off the back of that. They are more than likely going to be the ones who actually achieve client results, so you're going to get more sales off the back of that. And an area that I feel like a lot of people kind of commonly forget about when it comes down to client retention and your program value is the fact that if you have got an incredible program that is clearly keeping people inside it, the level of conviction that you will have for your sales process, for your lead generation process, for your ads, for your guarantees, for everything will be 10x just from simply doing a good job and making sure that we are actually retaining these clients. So what I want to do today is I've wrote out on a few pieces of paper a few different talking points that I'm going to be going through step by step on here. So number one is one of the most common ones that I see in the fitness industry, and that is where in month one, you will go absolutely all in on that prospect and that client now, right? You will give them absolutely everything known to man because they've just paid, but then coming into month two, then you suddenly drop off. Right? This is so common, right? This is also a big reason why I'm a massive fan of building out a signature program which is a sustained period of kind of release format so people see value on a month-to-month and a 6-month and 12-month basis rather than having loads of value in the first 4 weeks, but then after that it moves into you get an odd check-in here and there, right? That doesn't cut it in this day and age now. We need to go out of our way to make sure that the value that we are providing to someone at month 6 and month 12 is exactly the same as it is in month 1. Because as you know, for example, someone may be watching this right now and thinking, oh, actually, wait, I always have clients who don't drop off straight away, but sometimes going into month 2 and month 2, they drop off. That's why. It's because you've gone absolutely all in on giving them absolutely everything in that initial starting point rather than actually phasing things out over time. The next thing, which has kind of coincided with the first one, is not having an actual clear client roadmap in place. So your client roadmap comes in 2 different forms for me. You've got number 1, which is basically where you've got your actual one-to-one delivery of that. So for example, this could be over 12 months where we've got phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, and we're taking through them in terms of the physique, fat loss, mindset, or whatever journey it is with your offer that you're taking them through. But you've also got your signature program journey as well. Human beings, you know what the dangling carrot is? Human beings love a dangling carrot. They want to know what's next. They want to know what they're working towards. Someone who is highly motivated and highly inspired always knows what they're doing in terms of that next move. So what I want you to really consider and take into account here with you and your service now is, have you got that dangling carrot? Does your clients actually have that next step? Do you have it all mapped out in front of them? Because if you've got a clear program and roadmap, not in terms of just your one-to-one delivery, but a signature program as well, clients are going to stay with you for a substantial amount longer, right? Just because they know what's coming next, right? That's so important. As soon as a client joins your services, you need to make sure that they have got a clear roadmap for what they are going to be going through in terms of their own physique journey, mindset, fat loss, behaviors, but also what they're going to learn as part of what you're actually offering to them as well. The next one is no personalization, right? No personalization is one of the biggest elements of this, right? Because at the end of the day, when we start to scale out our offers and scale out our coaching companies, we all obviously do get to a point where there is quite a lot of automated work, there's quite a lot of template structures, there's quite a lot of preset structures that we basically just give to someone straight away. What I want you to take into account when we're looking at personalization, guys, this is not about having to come in and create something absolutely obsessively bespoke in terms of nutrition and training and mindset and everything for that person, because it's probably not the gold standard way to do it. But once you've got the gold standard way to do it, I want you to take into account when you're delivering this to your clients, for example, how are you actually personalizing it for them? Is it a personalized touch point? Is it personalized management? Is it personalized metrics? Is it personalized kind of small changes and manipulations for that person? Because if someone feels like they are just following an evergreen diet plan and an evergreen training program, they're going to go and look elsewhere because they will perceive that they are not important enough for it to be personal around them. Obviously dependent on what they've purchased. Next one from that point is not having clear points of celebrating success. What you'll see with this is a lot of these kind of work together because do you know when you've got your roadmap, right, for a signature program, and also what you're delivering to someone one-to-one, you can plan in what milestones you want people to be hitting at that point. So once someone's worked through week 1, week 2, week 3, onto phase 1, months, and so on and so on, have these little points where you're going to reflect and review, right, has this person actually hit this milestone? This is not about coming in and giving them free coaching or buying them something or taking them to Barbados on a holiday, but it's just about making sure that you're actually acknowledging these people on a week-to-week and month-to-month basis based on what they are submitting as part of their wins and their frameworks. Because if someone feels like they can celebrate success and they've been celebrated, again, they're going to feel a lot better. If they feel a lot better, they're going to stay, right? And that's all this is. When you're looking at personalization, someone's going to feel better, so they're going to stay. When we're looking at a roadmap, they've got confidence in terms of motivation and inspiration for where they're actually going, so they feel better, so they're going to stay, right? After that, the next thing, which is a very common one when we're looking at online coaching check-in processes, is surface level check-ins. This also goes in line with personalization. If you are basically coming in and you're just getting someone's quick information, quick feedback, bang, skim, people are not going to feel like they are seen, they are heard, and they are felt, right? In order to retain a client, we want to make them feel like the most important thing in the world. And again, this does not mean that you need to be coming in and doing 20, 25, 30-minute Loom video check-ins, because I don't agree with that in any way, shape or form, because it's not efficient for the business. But at the same time, like when you are actually going through someone's metrics and going through someone's check-ins, do not just be coming in and giving them templated responses back, because that is going to be the fastest way for someone to turn around and go, actually, I can get better than this elsewhere. So when you're looking at your check-in process, for example, make sure that your check-in process is built around your offer, built around your roadmap, built around your signature program, because you're automatically going to start diving deeper. Whereas if you are just using a templated check-in response on Kahunas or Trainerize or whatever it may be, for example, or OneFit UK, then you're going to be doing the exact same type of check-in process as every other online coach on the market. So think about what your offer is, think about what you're presenting, think about what you're solving, and then go out of your way to make sure that you are actually fully checking that on a week-to-week basis, and you are really diving into the depths of the root problems and not just skimming over things on a surface level. After that, we're then moving into the community, right? People are natural hoarders, is the best way, or herders, you could say, hoarders and herders. But people will always want to be around other people who are similar to them. So even if you've got 5 people in your company at the moment, guys, or 10 people, or 15, or 20, or 50, get a community going. All right, whether it's a WhatsApp group, whether it's a Facebook group, whether it's you're meeting up on a month-to-month basis at a gym, you're going out on walks together. Do everything in your power to make sure that you are building some form of solidified community, because at the end of the day, guys, like, you are only ever delivering a one-to-one service. There are only going to be one-to-one manipulations. Yeah, you can have the best program in the world and everything else, but there'll be a certain point where everyone's kind of worked through absolutely every single element of that. It's the community what will keep people in it. If people feel like they are bought into the community, they are invested into other members, they feel like they are part of something which is much greater than just themselves, then the likelihood of them actually staying as a client is going to be much greater. So I want you to really consider and think about what you're actually doing on a month-to-month, quarterly and yearly basis, which really heavily focuses on a community. From that point, you got just delivering plans, right? Do not fall into the trap of going, oh, I need a new training program, bank send to training program. Oh, I need a new diet, send a new diet. These people might stay for 4 to 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, and they'll drop off, right? What I want you to be taking into account is thinking about what depths can you go into where you can really start to understand this person and start giving them actually custom structures that they can be followed. Again, evergreen custom structures you've already got, but rather than just going, here's a diet plan, here's a training program. So for example, with me, if I might offer for the coach consultant focuses on content acquisition and sales. So we go to an extensive length to make sure we've got every asset under the sun known for that. If I just come in and someone come into my company and went, here's a business plan, someone like, what? Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to get across. People are coming for a diet and a training program, yeah, because they need it as part of their transformation. So what I want you to take into account here is, what is their transformation? What are you offering to that person? Because it's that transformation what's going to require you to make sure that you've got loads of assets associated with your actual offering. And if you've then got loads of assets and structures and guidance in terms of that type of format, then you're going to be on to an absolute winner in terms of people retaining the business, because they are following a roadmap. We've got personalization. You're diving into the pain point, which is obviously around their offer and your offer. So overall, guys, you're starting to go into a little bit more depth of it. Then we're moving into this bigger, right? If someone just feels like a number, right, they're going to take the numbers away from you. This does not need to just be a case of you need to be suddenly best friends with every single client that you've got. I don't agree with that in any way, shape or form. But I do agree that you need to make sure that you are authentic, you are transparent, people know you within the community, people know you within the client base, and people know each other as well. So for example, when you're looking at delivering your service or group calls or whatever it may be, go out of your way to show that you actually want to have a relationship with these people. Because if someone feels, again, just like another number, whatever they're paying you, they're going to take that out take it away really quickly. This is the one what people avoid, right? No feedback. So something that I recommend for clients is basically that you have an end of month, every single month feedback form where you can be looking at actionable improvements. But then alongside that as well, you've got client leaving reports, you've got onboarding assessment reviews. Go out of your way to extract as much subjective and objective data as humanly possible about your service via feedback, and then improve that shit straight away. If a client, for example, is happy with 80% of the service, but there's 20% that they're not, if you go out of your way to make sure that you've got different feedback forms set up in loads of different areas within your actual company, then you're going to be able to gather so much information and so much data to start making really good decisions to actually improve this service for your clients. So again, sometimes it's not nice to hear positive feedback, but please go out of your way to get this done, because I can promise you it will honestly be a game changer if you can get over the fact that some people might not say some perfect things straight away. And then this is a final one, guys, which is the biggest one. When you are an online coach and you've got 30, 40, 50 clients, for example, and you might have 10 to 15% of them who are just not really communicating, not really talking much, we basically get into this kind of mindset and belief system that silence equals satisfaction. Trust me, from someone who's done this for over 10 years now in the fitness industry as a coach, personal trainer, online coach, educator, business consultant, agency owner, info course, group model. Honestly, I've done it all. When someone's silent, that does not mean that they are satisfied, right? So this is about really diving into them and following them up and running touch points. If someone is in your company where they are not replying to a touch point or they are not replying to a check-in, it's two things, right? It's either number one, they've dropped off the ball themselves and they know they've dropped off the ball themselves, but that doesn't mean that's going to benefit you, because if they've dropped off and they don't feel like they can get back into it, they're going to stop paying you. And they've got number two, where they might not be actually satisfied with what you are delivering to them, which is equally just as much of a problem. So if you have silent client guys and people who go and ghost, you have to address that shit straight away. You need to make sure that you've got systems in place where there are multiple follow-ups, multiple touch points, and multiple areas where someone has an opportunity to communicate. And if someone is silent, do not think that that's going to be all sunshine and rainbows, because it's not in any way, shape or form. Oh, they're happy because they're not saying anything. No, if they're not saying anything, it means that they're not happy with themselves, or they're not happy with you, or they're not happy with something. So again, just a few decent points there associated with why you potentially aren't actually retaining clients in your business, guys. Obviously, this is stuff that we directly help with inside the Coach Consultant. So alongside content acquisition and sales. So if there's anything that you ever need, please feel free to drop into the link around my bio. We have got a full page of endless results on there. And if you go onto my Instagram at benhawksworth_, there's also even more results in my highlights. And if you've got any questions, please feel free to DM me on Instagram at any point. If not, it'd be great to see you on a discovery call at some point. See you on the next episode.